everyone, welcome back to my channel again. So today I will be taking another Duolingo practice test with all of you, especially just to help you with your Duolingo journey. I do think that if you know how to handle your questions really well, Duolingo is not such a predicament for you. So anyway, so this is the real score that I achieved on the real test. So let's get started as usual. We're gonna go for practice, take a test as usual, practice test. Let's go. Interpret. Artificial. Respect.
There's a restaurant in the hotel. There's a restaurant in the hotel.
I'll be back when I'm ready.
This was the best interior design class I've taken yet. This was the best interior design class I've taken yet.
It's helpful to practice your answers to questions and arrive early for the interview.
The company plans to phase out fossil fuels within a few years. The company plans to phase out fossil fuels within a few years. The company plans to phase out fossil fuels within a few years.
That's all true, but you should choose what makes you happy.
There is more to the theory than what we've discussed in class. There is more to the theory than what we've discussed in class. There is more to the theory than what we've discussed in class.
All the necessary information regarding format and structure has already been provided.
Modern art excites some people but probably baffles many more. Modern art excites some people but probably baffles many more. Modern art excites some people but probably baffles many more.
The signs advertising the new bakery were posted around town. The signs advertising the new bakery were posted around town. The signs advertising the new bakery were posted around town.
Moreover, new forms of shared experiences could emerge to replace music's social function.
The tree branches grew wildly in all directions. The tree branches grew wildly in all directions.
There isn't much on our agenda for today. There isn't much on our agenda for today.
The music awakening he had longed for suddenly seemed within reach.
Smaller groups developed from the main branch of the organization. Smaller groups developed from the main branch of the organization.
Hi, I'm doing well, thanks. What can I do for you? That's a tough decision. Have you been looking at jobs in the field that you're interested in? That's true. A doctoral program would give you the opportunity to gain more knowledge and research experience in your field so that you can eventually get a job that you want. It definitely takes a lot of time and commitment, but it can be very rewarding. If you're not sure if an advanced degree is for you, why don't you try working in your field for a few years and then decide whether or not to pursue a doctorate later on?
What is your typical morning routine? What is your favorite part of this routine? What is your typical morning routine? What is your favorite part of this routine?
Actually, I am a night owl, so it is quite difficult for me to get up early in the morning. So usually I get up late unless I have some things to do or I have some classes to join in the morning. My mornings are normally filled with some activities that are really good for my body. So if I get up at around 7 a.m., then I try to meditate a little bit so that I can refresh myself, so that I can concentrate on my body, and so that I know what I need for the whole day. And then I try to have my breakfast. So eating breakfast, having breakfast is literally my favorite activity of my morning, because normally I am a foodie and I like to try different dishes, and it's like exploring different dishes really gives me excitement, and it really also increases my dopamine level in my body. So having breakfast, having a big breakfast that includes eggs, rice, sometimes fried eggs or beans and avocados, I think it's literally my favorite activity to do, especially in the morning. And of course, if I have a very good meal, a very good breakfast, it really helps me concentrate or focus on my work or on my studies the whole day. Apparently I'm not that much energetic in the morning as usual, like as it's the same as some of the young people, but still, because of that meal, I really feel like I'm energetic and happy. This is the picture of a man who is standing in the middle of a city street. I believe that this city might be very developed and very cosmopolitan, because I can see that there is a skyscraper in the right side of the building, in the right side of the photograph. That skyscraper is so high, and one thing that I noticed about this photo is that it is black and white without including any other prominent colors. The most prominent and significant color in this photograph is the black color. In the middle of the photograph, a man is standing, and he seems to be wearing a coat and some western suit. The silhouette, the shape of his body really shows that he is wearing a suit. The activity that he is doing is listening to music, because I can clearly see the earphone which is plugged into his phone. He is holding his smartphone with his right hand, and he is also looking at it. In the middle of the photograph, beside the man, I can also clearly see a lamppost which is intended to give light to the city. This photo reminds me of a time when I walked down in a very busy and bustling city area with my earphones plugged in. The project that I did, and a project which was so productive for me at work, was when I had to collaborate with another very prominent and popular company. When I think when I was in around 20 or 21 years old. So I was at work with a manager position, and I was literally helping out, and I was working together with my teammates to get that kind of collaboration. The other company that I mentioned earlier is so powerful, it's so reputable, and is so influential in this industry. So it is very important for all of us in this industry to get some kind of connection with that company. Unfortunately, that project was really successful, and I literally felt the fruition of that project. We were very elated. We were very excited for that project. I had to stay focused. I had to be really productive because that project was very important for me. So what did I do? Moving on to the second question, one thing that I did to stay focused and to be productive was that I drank too much coffee, and I also communicated with my teammates really well, because communication is really vital. The result of my productivity was very amazing because that project was so successful, and that company even offered me a very big position in their company. I really want to talk about a friend who is extremely gifted at creating original things. He is actually a painter. I think I'm gonna use the word artist to describe about my friend because he is extremely talented and extremely gifted at what he is doing. So he is actually a very well-known painter and artist in my neighborhood, and he loves to draw things. He loves to paint things and stuff like that. However, one thing that really stands him out the most among the crowd is his color theories, his understanding of color theories. I noticed that he is the master of lightings, and he really knows how to draw shadows really well. He also knows how to draw light sources, and he literally has a very strong sense of understanding regarding how the shadows are formed because of lightings from different perspectives or different angles. Whenever people see his paintings, they really appreciate the way he draws things, the way he showcases his ability, and I think that is extremely amazing. So he likes to paint, obviously, and he also likes to draw things that are very complicated, that are very intricate, and sometimes I don't even understand what he is doing because I believe that I don't have enough intelligence to understand what my friend is doing. But sometimes he also likes to draw modern art, which is something that is very popular among young people. So a modern art is actually a kind of painting where you don't really put like people or objects. It's not the same as still paintings. It is literally, how can I say, it's literally the expression of your emotions, and that is one thing that I like about him. So whenever I have a visit to his house, he always likes to show me the paintings that he did, and most of them right now during these days are modern paintings. As a young guy myself, I am extremely happy to see those kind of modern paintings, and that is one thing that I like about him. What I like about his career is the way he draws, the way he paints his modern paintings, you know. So that kind of modern style is extremely not very conventional, not very conservative. Rather, it is very, I would say, edgy, very strong, and very powerful. Of course, each painting has their own meanings, and as a painter himself, he has his own meanings, and as a spectator myself, I also have my own meaning of watching them. And sometimes it really baffles me, especially when I don't understand what he wants to describe in those paintings. He is extremely kind, he is extremely talented, and at the same time, I think literally has a heart of gold, and I feel extremely honored to be friends with him.